Welcome to episode 2 on how to link Trade the Pool to SignalStack for some auto trading. In this episode, we're going to get a little tiny bot completely up and running. We're going to talk about what we need in order to do that. We're going to talk about how to get the webhook, and the webhook is going to be kind of our most important part here. So if we think about it using the diagram that we had last time, where we have TrendSpider or TradingView, somewhere that sends a webhook, they have to send information to SignalStack. And then SignalStack compiles all that information and then turns it into a trade in Trader Evolution for Trade the Pool. Now, knowing where that information is going to go is very important, because if you're just sending it off to the ether, it's going to get rejected. So when we do the process I'm going to show you to build your own webhook, it's going to give you basically a URL, same thing that you would see in an address bar of a browser. The reason it's important to not show that to anyone, and I won't be showing you mine, is because that code will allow people to send trades into your account. So when you generate that code, copy it. You can always come back to SignalStack to get it later, but make sure you copy it. You keep it safe somewhere. You don't show it on the screen recording. I've actually recorded this a couple times and I keep showing it, so I have to hide it from you guys. Just wanted to make very sure that you're doing that, because if they have access to this, they have access essentially to take trades inside of your account. They can't withdraw money from it, so maybe they'll do a good job trading it anyway. So first, you go to SignalStack, you open up your account, you get signed in, all of that. You'll be presented with a page and this sidebar right here where you've got a dashboard, and then you have brokers and webhooks. So you want to find that and click on that. Then you want to scroll down here to where it says Trade the Pool, and you want to open this as well. Now you'll have your login right here. Now, to get your login, you go to your Trade the Pool hub, just like if you were signing into Trader Evolution to trade, and you open up these credentials where you'll copy both of these guys in here as well. So you copy the username, you copy the password. This is an old account that was for a challenge that we did, so I'm okay sharing that. And you will get, again, something that looks like an address bar, and it will say, you can see a little bit of it over here. It will say app.signalstack.com/blah, blah, blah, and a whole bunch of junk. And that is the stuff that's really important, because when we go over to TrendSpider, which we'll do right now, and we launch a very basic trading bot to get started, you will need that code. That code will be very, very important to make sure that you're able to, make sure that you are sending your information to your account, and that, more importantly, nobody else is. Now, I've created this little strategy, and again, the screenshot will be included so you guys can take a look at it there. But this strategy is pretty simple. What it is we're looking to buy an opening range breakout. So I use their opening range candle high and opening range candle low here to get started. So it's building an opening range break, and it's saying, I want to buy when this breaks an opening range high, and I want to set my stop and then put out a profit target. Now we have that all set up. We can actually backtest it in TradingView here. And this blue line right here is the backtest. We make that a little bigger. So you can see for a day trading strategy, it actually does pretty well. It doesn't do as well as the overall market, as the buy and hold in the long run, but this is just going to be obviously one bot of many that we're going to potentially apply. More losers than winners, but that happens. Still a profitable strategy. If you were day trading this strategy, you would be doing okay. So we want to then deploy this as a bot. So we'll hit deploy as bot, and we have to make sure all of these things are kind of filled in, right? So we have a name. It gives you a silly name to start with, but we can just call it ORB sample. And this is only breaking to the upside. Of course, we'll add another one, or you would add another one later, break it to the downside. Under notifications here, you'll just click webhook. You can also do SMS and email if you want to be notified of that as well when this happens. And then you will put in your webhook address. And right, that's very important to make sure that you have that webhook on both sides, because you'll want an entry, what you're going to enter, and then you'll want an exit, what you're going to exit. Now, when it comes to the information to put here, you see I've just copied some sample information out. This will be provided by SignalStack as well in their documentation. Also, I found that ChatGPT is really good at this, so you can help build something with ChatGPT And hopefully that can really help you out to make sure that you're focusing on the right thing. So symbol, it says right here, is AAPL. We don't want AAPL. We want something like SPY. That's what we're looking at. So we'll just change the AAPL to whatever symbol we're looking at. SPY. And then for quantity, right, it has 1 right now. But let's say we just want to do very quickly, let's say we're going to put $5,000 per each position. So we would take that 5,000, we would divide it by the price, which is roughly 626 bucks right now. So we're looking at 626. And we're looking around 8 shares, right? So if we're only going to put 5,000 in, then under the quantity, we will put in 8 shares. And then the action is going to be buy. And then all of this stuff would be the same, but we are going to make the action for the sell side sell. And that's what will happen when the bot sells the position. Now, it's important to note a couple things. One is that with TrendSpider, you can see this kind of big warning we had up here. This strategy uses a stop loss and take profit condition. Please note these conditions will only be checked upon candle close and will not fire until the candle is closed. This may result in slippage, better or worse prices than you expect. Just know that that's a thing. So you got to make sure that that's okay. And as soon as you put in your webhooks, you will just click create bot. That bot will then go over into this particular part right here where it will say trading bots, and you can keep an eye on them, whether they're in positions, out of positions, what's going on. And already you have created a trading bot that will then trade for you. So if you did this same thing and you just flipped it, and I'll just read this out to you. This says the price, the close of the 15-minute candles is greater than the high of the opening range, whereas the last 1, 2, 3, 4 candles were below or not over the high of the opening range, then you take a trade. And you can see, for example, if we zoom in here to the chart just a little bit, let's shrink this down. For example, on this date right here, so it would have been satisfied right here. That was a break of the high of the 15-minute candle. It would buy right there. It would put out a stop loss and it would put out a profit target. And then at the end of the day, manually within Trade the Pool, you would just close the position if neither of those are hit, which is certainly a possibility as well. So you can see how quickly we were able just to build up a bot and put a simple bot together, back test that strategy, and now we are a systematic trader instead of a discretionary trader. These are obviously samples. These are places to get you started, and then we can push from there. So in the next episode, we're going to go a little bit more advanced. I'm going to build both the up and the down on this. We're going to back test both. We're going to take a look at those. And then we are going to go over to TradingView. We are going to show some of the functionality they have when it comes to building of lists and pushing those lists together so that you can see multiple trades from across multiple symbols going at the same time. So that will be super fun. But right now, from this episode, you have enough needed to get started in building your bot. And then from there, just build, start small, start with like 1 share, tweak it back and forth, maybe come up with some processes to test, to record inside of some other partners that we have where you can record your trades to make sure that you're doing the right thing, tweak and grow over time. But you are free from sitting there and waiting to take the entry in the next.